Good evening, students. Today we have discussed both parts of the DC machines, that is, design of windings as well as selection of poles. So, first video we have observed that selection of poles, how it will affect on the performance of machine. It is already discussed. So, next part it is design of windings and how to calculate the cross sectional area of armature conductors. So that is we have to discuss. Now certain steps we have to follow for design of lap winding. Step number 1, find the range of slots from the slot pitch. It is already well known, slot pitch equal to pi d by SS. That SS means stator slots. Now we are going to get armature slots. So generally remember slot pitch equal to pi d by S. So by using that one, the slot pitch lies between 25 mm to 35 mm. By using these minimum and maximum values, it is possible to calculate the number of armature slots. The number of armature slots should lies in the range of minimum value to maximum value by using these two slot pitch conditions. Step number 2, in the above range of slots, list the values of slots which are the multiple of pole pairs. So what is the number of poles? You assume it is P number of poles. Then pole pairs equal to P by 2. For example, if a 4-pole machine, it has pole pairs 4 by 2, 2 pole pairs, such values are to be selected from minimum value of slots to maximum value of slots. For example, slots lies between 20 to 30. 20 to 30. Then you go on making the list of pole pairs, that is even numbers 22, 24, 26, 28 and 30. If not multiple of pole pairs means opposite. Step number 3, in order to reduce the flux pulsation, the slots per pole should be an integer plus or minus half. The integer should be in the range of 8 to 16. List all the multiples of integer plus half from the list obtained in step number 2. Step number 4, choose the suitable slot from the list obtained in step number 3. Step number 5, estimate the total number of armature conductors by using induced EMF equation. That is, induced EMF equation E equal to phi ZN P divided by A, where N is speed of the machine in RPS, A is the number of parallel paths, P is the number of poles, phi is the flux per pole. Hence, after calculating the Z value, then you can go for conductors per slot. That means total number of conductors divided by total number of slots, Z divided by S, A suffix, that is armature slots. Find the minimum number of coils. This is given by the expression number of coils equal to EP by 15. So where is E? Induced EMF, P is the number of poles. Step number 7, assume coil sides per slot U equal to 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. So for each value of U, calculate the number of coils. C equal to half US. Choose the number of coils is such that it is greater than minimum number of coils what we have calculated from step number 6. Also the value of U corresponding to chosen value of C should be divisor by the conductor per slot. This is also one condition should follow. Finally, step number 9, choose the number of coils and slots are finalized. Estimate the new value of total conductors. After satisfying these two conditions, after finalization of coils and slots, as per that you can make the calculation of total conductors. As per this condition, if new value of conductors are available, that can be used. Later on, number of turns per coil. Total number of armature conductors must be equal to Z. Z equal to number of slots into conductors per slot. Number of turns per coil equal to Z divided by 2C. Then similarly, the steps for design of wave winding. In same procedure, calculate the total number of slots by using slot pitch. YSS equal to pi d by S. In the above range of slots, list the values of slots which are not multiple of pole pairs. In previous case, list the values which are multiple of pole pairs. Now, which are not multiple of pole pairs, that means odd numbers have been selected. In order to reduce the flux pulsations, the slots per pole should be an integer plus or minus half. In this case, dummy coils are to be provided. To avoid the dummy coils, take slots per pole arc should be an integer plus or minus half. The integer can be in the range of 8 to 16. The slots per pole arc should be equal to pole arc divided by pole pitch into slots per pole. Pole arc per pole pitch is J into slots per pole SA divided by P. Step number 4, choose the suitable slots from the listed from step number 3. Step number 5, again you estimate the Z from the expression of induced EMF and conductors per slot also. Find the minimum number of coils by using the expression EP by 15. Again assume coil sides per slot U equal to 2, 4, 6, 8 etc. and calculate the coils. For each value of U, calculate the number of coils. C equal to half US. For each value U equal to 2, calculate the number of coils. Next U equal to 4, calculate the coils. Choose such number of coils it is greater than minimum number of coils. Also the value of U should be divisor of conductors per slot. If a suitable value of C is not obtained to satisfy the above condition, then make another choice of slots from the listed in step number 3. Once the number of coils and slots are finalized, estimate the new value of total number of conductors and number of turns per coil. Finally, the total number of conductors is Z. This Z is also equal to total number of slots into conductors per slot. Number of turns per coil equal to Z divided by 2C. Next, the design of cross section of armature conductor. The area of cross section of armature conductor can be estimated from the knowledge of current through the conductor as well as current density. The current through the conductor is estimated from the knowledge of power developed in armature, PA, induced EMF, capital E, and number of parallel paths. Whereas the current density is assumed depending upon efficiency, cost, and allowable temperature rise, because higher current density we have to not to use, because current density is proportional to current flowing through the conductor area. Hence, it may develop more copper loss, more heating effect, then it may affect on efficiency. Hence, suitable value of current density should be used as per the rating of machine. In general, it should be used from 4 to 7 amperes per millimeter square. The typical value of current density for different types or different rating of machines is as shown below. For large machine strip wound machine, 4.5 amperes per millimeter square. For small machine with wire wound, 5 amperes per millimeter square. For high speed fan ventilated machine, 6 to 7 amperes per millimeter square. Next, we have to follow the steps to calculate the cross sectional area of armature conductor. Number 1, power developed in armature PA equal to E into IA into 10 to the power of minus 3 kilowatt. Before going to that, PA equal to P for motor, PA equal to P by efficiency for generator, depending upon DC machine. By starting with P, output of machine, output rating of machine in kilowatt. So, PA power developed across armature. So, it may change for motor as well as generator. Then once we are knowing the power developed in armature, then by using this above expression, it is possible to estimate armature current. Armature current equal to PA into 10 to the power of 3 divided by induced EMF. Once we are getting the armature current, then we have to calculate current flows through the conductor IZ. So, this value equal to armature current divided by number of parallel paths. Small a is number of parallel paths. Once current flows through the conductor comes, last step is area of armature conductor, that is cross sectional area of armature conductor should be equal to current divided by current density IZ divided by current density of armature. This current density should be assumed properly, then we have to calculate. Thank you to one and all.